Hello everyone and welcome back to Rebel Brick. I'm kind of showing you this because I'm in the middle of a couple different things. First of all, we started working on our farm and I'm still at a loss trying to find some of my vegetables and all that to try and do that. I started putting this set together, and as you can tell, I have a lot of bags, a lot of pieces to kind of go through. This is something else, and this is a video I'm working on. So really, I'm kind of stuck having to go to, say, Plan C um, as we kind of go through things here. So I'm going to take us over to our city. So, okay, so here we are at the city. What I'm going to kind of cover here today is just simply some of the train stuff I have. Um, so I'm going to kind of kneel down here. Hopefully I don't. I've got some Legos sitting right in front of my table because as we're doing all these other sets, I've just got things here and there and trying to work it all through. So as you can tell, this is from set, I believe it would be 654. This is a set I got a couple years ago. This was about the year I got going on to doing the train stuff, which got me back into doing the city and all that stuff. This set is actually not a Lego set, and actually I can show you the box. I don't know if it's up on Amazon anymore, but I will say the tires. So when you look at the trucks themselves are not as good as the Lego ones. They bind up a little bit more. I'm going to pull this back, and we're going to try and get our picture in here. So this is a Zini. It's 150 pieces. This is just a regular, I was looking for different railroad cars. So here we have a log set. Of course, mine's got a lot of dust because it's been sitting there. It's not a bad set. I really like it. But as far as for running, it does cause some issues. So the train set, or essentially the train that it's hooked up to and the length of it right now, um, it's a little on the long side. So I really have to kind of watch out what I'm doing. All right, so now we have a coal car here. So it was kind of nice getting a coal car. I guess I'm going to be standing up after all. I don't have anything in here. This is actually empty. I don't remember if there was supposed to be anything in there or not. I'm sure there was probably, if there was supposed to be something in there, I'd have it in there. Then we have a cattle car with somebody taking care of our longhorn. Um, I believe out of our freight train, this, our coal car, our cattle car, we have this, to me, I'm going to guess like electrical cables. And then this car I'm going to pass over. But we do have a tractor with a bucket and a loader bucket or so, or however you want to call it. And then we have the helicopter. I believe those are the ones that are supposed to be there. Nope, I'm looking over here. This one is supposed to be there. I can't remember what's supposed to be on that one though. Looking around at everything right now, I'm guessing it's probably two cars. I think I have two small cars that were on there, but I'm not 100% certain. As we look right behind it, we have what looks like a bullet passenger train. So that was a second set that I had gotten that same year. So I'd gotten that one. And then this one I got like a year or two later. So this one is actually a Christmas theme. So if you can see in here, we have the nice, where it looks like we have smoke coming out from the boiler. This is our coal car, and of course, to make it actually work, that's where our battery sits. We had a spot for some kids, and we have a Christmas tree that spins around. Now, as the train itself goes around, that Christmas tree will spin around. So it's very nice to have underneath the Christmas tree when Christmas rolls around. And then we have a caboose And if you look inside, I believe we have somebody in there, or something in there at least. I thought we had someone in there. Um, and that was an actual Lego. It did not come with the actual engine, or the drive motor on it. It had the setup so that way you could add it, but the actual drive motor itself was not on it. So it did have the um, space and all that built in so that way you could put it in there, but it was not actually in there. So that was something I had purchased later on. And as I try to move around, I've got paperwork and all that stuff because I've got some legal things I have to take care of. And of course, I got a light. I'm always trying to be prepared in case light power goes out because you just never know. So I'm always trying to figure out where I'm going with this. So trying to put everything in in its proper place here. I used to have that plane sitting on top of the building. The building I used to have it on top of is now this. And then we got our sound stage. We got Batman on one corner. I want to get another one so I can put him on that corner as well. And we have one of my favorite little spiders to have fun with. I used to, at one point, I had the plane hanging up. And I think I might actually show you guys these planes. So I had this plane hanging up. And for a light little plane like this, you would think it would not have any issues hanging up. But for whatever reason, it fell apart on me. So I have been very leery about trying to hang it up ever since then. So I will find one odd spot or another to put it on. But we have another cargo plane right next to our woolly mammoth. That's nice because I was kind of digging through our boxes here. I've got they're cheap Walmart drawers that I have extra Lego sets in there, and this is another off-brand. And again, the tires or the wheels that they have on there, the trucks and that do not work very well. They'll go around, but it really drains on the battery of the locomotive. So really what I've been trying to find, and I've found them, but I've been a little reluctant on pulling the trigger on purchasing them. I want to get a couple passenger cars. What I see a lot, and I'm going to put my plane back on top here. I see a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just get an extra train or two, and then they'll take the passenger car, and then they'll just put a couple passenger cars in there. So with that being said, yeah, I could do that. Of course, I can't really do it on this one because I don't think you can find this one anymore. Maybe on eBay, or not. Maybe on Amazon you might be able to find it. They have other ones, newer ones that are out. So I'm going to do something, and as I'm looking up here, you're going to see dust and cobwebs and all that. And I do apologize, but it sits up here. So as we're looking at our trains and everything else, and campers and everything, I'm going to show you some of the fun stuff. When I talk about, like, I was looking at our TIE fighters. This is a shelf, and as you can see, it is very dusty because it's kind of back in a corner. So that's the corner. I'm trying to get back there. I have my Enterprise and that, and then I also have some other stuff and some Battletech stuff. They had done some bigger miniatures, so of course I have those out there because they're really neat and special to me. We haven't played in many years, and I see my cockpit is getting very dusty as it sits here. But we get a Lambda, or actually that's not a Lambda shuttle. That's a Sentinel shuttle. So I'm looking underneath here. Part of me, no, it is. I'm kind of torn on this. I want to call it a Lambda, but I'm also thinking it's a Sentinel. And the way you can tell is the Sentinel is actually bigger. And when you look at the landing gear, you have 4 landing struts compared to about 3. So I want to say that is a Lambda. That's not a Sentinel. And then we have, that was the first Guardians of the Galaxy starship that they did. And As I've said before, I love science, space and science fiction. So of course I've got one of the shuttles up here. We got a very dusty, and we got some cobwebs kind of creeping up on me because I don't get over here and all that, and I'm working on other things. We have a Coast Guard helicopter. Here's a G.I. Joe, and I believe I did this. Actually, I think I did this the other, and I dropped the camera down so you can't see. This is a Cobra flight pod. So I thought I did that in another video. We have a police helicopter up here. So I'm trying to walk around. And we have a VIP plane. As I kind of sneak around here, we got a mail helicopter so we can deliver the mail. And there is actually a mailbox that goes with this. And then we have, they called this the TIE Slicer from The Last Jedi. To me, in some of the other books and all that, I'm trying to, my mind's drawing a blank now that I'm looking at it. To me, it was a different TIE fighter. And of course, we have an ambulance playing in the background. Oh, I think I hit a button here. I can't think of what kind of TIE this would have been. But they did do a TIE variant of this. And as we're getting close, we have a cargo plane or cargo jet up here. And then we have Poe Dameron's TIE fighter sitting up there. So, and then we got the Enforcer, I believe. So, but then as we come down, then we have our city, and then we have helicopters and everything else. But those are the trains I have. I know I have another set of another train set I have yet to put together. I do enjoy having the trains. The unfortunate part is, as we look down, I'm trying to do this. You know, I don't have a lot of room. I just barely have enough room for him to, for me to get one train going all the way around, and it does fit underneath. But of course, because I was working on the back cave, and I kind of took a little pause on that. Then everything else gets kind of bunched up, and it's just a constant struggle trying to keep things clean as I'm working on something else, and as we bounce from one thing to another. So it's just kind of where we end up. So. But if for nothing else, we can always take a dip in the pool. So with that, thank you so very much for stopping by. I do appreciate your visits. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and keep bricking.